All right, glad everyone could make it to this best practices webinar. This is one where we buy your lunch for you. So if you stay on the call throughout the call, we'll send you a $25 DoorDash gift card afterward. But we're going to go through a lot of best practices today, things that can help you jumpstart your sales, ideas that you may have not thought about before. And we'll just get right into it. I'll introduce myself. I'm Emmanuel Imagine. I'm the CEO of Spinzo. Oftentimes you'd see Denise running these, but she has another commitment today. So it's just me and Kyra today. So I'll let Kyra introduce herself as well.
Hi guys, I'm Kyra. I'm a new face here. I have been with Spinzo for almost a month now, but I am the Director of Sales and Marketing, and I look forward to connecting with you guys more individually as we do more of these and throughout the year.
Yep. And feel free, guys, to type anything in the chat if you want, or just unmute and interrupt us. It's like very casual. It's nice for people to just chime in every now and then. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and we'll get right into it. We have these themed approaches to best practices. We try to bucket them into different ideas, and we'll go through that here in a moment. So I'll share my screen there. Give it a sec for everyone to see it. All right, perfect. So in terms of best practices, the first theme we wanted to discuss was theme nights. So theme nights are an increasing part of the Spinzo platform, partly because of some of our new features around immersive design and what you can do there, especially bundling in special merchandise, barcodable items, exclusive things. So here's an example of one theme night. Margaritaville, the Blue Jackets do a great job at theme nights on the platform. Margaritaville night, very timely, Jimmy Buffett. This particular promotion included a Hawaiian shirt that was co-branded with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Did a great job in this promotion. They sold over 1,500 tickets for this. And in fact, what they did is something unique. They had the main theme night on February 23rd, but some people can't make that date. So they actually had a few overflow dates. So I think on the 23rd, they may have sold around 1,000 or 1,100. But then later on, they added some overflow dates where you could still get the exclusive Hawaiian shirt for the few remaining dates in there. So then that put them over 1,500 tickets. So it is a best practice to add an overflow night or multiple overflow nights if you're doing something like a theme night. So Margaritaville night, a great example there. And the next one is also from the Blue Jackets, and I'll let Kyra talk about that.
Yeah, so another really creative theme night from the Blue Jackets. Bob Ross, probably all of you are familiar with Bob Ross and love him, but Bob Ross can actually move tickets for you guys. This is another one that did very well. Basically, it was a bundle offer that included a ticket and a Bob Ross bobblehead with limited availability. But not only that, you also had the opportunity to come prior to the game and have a painting session, Bob Ross themed painting session. And we find that a lot of these come early, do a painting session type theme night works very well. Even if it's not specifically Bob Ross themed, I've seen them done for, paint and sips where you work with like a wine partner and you come early and do like a little paint and sip prior to the match. They're great for like bachelorette parties, Mother's Days, whatever. You can get really creative and play Bob Ross themed videos on the Jumbotron. So you can get really creative with this. And Bob Ross is one that we found is very successful.
Two things I'll add to this. These bobbleheads are great when you can do a custom bobblehead. We had done one for the Cincinnati Cyclones for this hippopotamus who became famous, Fiona the Hippo. And I was just looking today because I had a previous call. These are for sale on eBay. Like these bobbleheads that are customized, later on, a year later, 2 years later, they get high resale. So a lot of people want to partake and get the exclusive bobblehead. The other thing I wanted to mention, I didn't know this, there are certified Bob Ross trainers. So they brought in a certified Bob Ross trainer for this. All right, next up.
Yeah, just another theme night example. This one is Grateful Dead night, and a lot of our NBA teams actually have done this one. But moves lots of tickets. Basically, you do a co-branded T-shirt and you bundle that in. You work with the promoter. I believe there's a Grateful Dead promoter that you can work with, and basically they just get a cut of the proceeds. And so if you guys haven't gotten a chance to connect with the Grateful Dead promoter, I'm pretty sure we can get you in touch with them. But this is another one that works very well. Any kind of like tribute bands or just collaboration nights do really well. I know for Orange County Soccer Club, where I used to work, we did a Social Distortion branded merchandise collab, and that one was like the best merch collab we've ever done. So these tend to do very, very well.
Yeah, excellent. And yeah, we could certainly put you in touch if you need. So next up, kind of like a theme night, but a bit of a different tack. This is Pucks and Pups Night. So this is the Cincinnati Cyclones. They always do very creative promotions on the platform as well. So in this one, you bring your dog. So what's neat is when you go to purchase your ticket, the human ticket is $18, but then you could purchase an accompanying dog ticket for $5. They sold over 750 tickets for this night, and over a third of them, or almost a third of them, were dogs. So really neat. And they used Spinzo's limiting functionality to make sure that someone didn't bring multiple dogs in, because that would be a handful. So you could have one dog to one human in there. And they also added to the theme night with, they could add $1 hot dogs and wiener dog races on the ice. So just another example of what you can do. And if you have a ticketing system, Spinzo has that ability to put in the human ticket and the dog ticket. The dog ticket is cheaper, all in the same order. You don't need to adjust anything later. Spinzo handles all that in terms of splicing out the tickets accordingly. So that was a great one. So the next theme we want to talk about, so that was theme night, so lots of different ideas there. Next up is leaderboards. This is one of my favorite features on the Spinzo platform. Anytime you can gamify an offer and create some friendly competition among your fans, we find that's done very well. So we'll go through the first example here, and actually Kyra will talk through both of these.
Yeah, so the leaderboard feature is huge. If you guys haven't been utilizing it, I highly recommend you do so. This is a great example from Charlotte FC. Clash of the Complexes. This one is one that I love. I wish I did this back with my time with OCSC. I wish I thought of this. But basically what they did is they kind of pitted all of the complexes against each other to sell tickets. And the winning complex essentially got a Charlotte FC themed party at their building. So I'm not sure if they did some sort of player appearance or, you know, the mascot, but there's a lot that you can do with that. So if you are in a stadium or an arena that is near, you know, a bunch of apartment complexes or even like high schools or colleges, just this idea of like pitting the nearby companies does really well. You can keep me honest, Emmanuel, on like how many tickets it sold, but I want to say it sold over like 800, maybe more, maybe more than
Yeah, I
that.
don't know. It was definitely a lot. And there's another feature where if like a complex wanted to buy, let's say the complex decided to buy tickets for their own people, you could actually override the leaderboard. So that's a feature we added last year as well. Sometimes they come in, they just say want to buy a block of 50. So they may buy those directly through you. You have the opportunity to actually adjust the leaderboard to factor in that private sale. So yeah, this did very well.
Mhm. And then just another example of leaderboard, the Roughnecks did a minor lacrosse takeover. So it's the same idea of just gamifying ticket sales. They pitted all of the youth leagues or the youth teams, I'm sorry, against each other. And then the winning team, I think, unlocked an even better, I think it was a high five tunnel experience. Yeah, so it was an even better experience that they got. But this is a good example of taking an experience like the high five tunnel and overselling it. You know, traditionally you could sell that for, I don't know, 100, 150 tickets. But when you do this, you can sell, you know, 750 tickets for one night like this by pitting different teams against each other. And they actually took a screenshot of this leaderboard at the end of the promotion and then posted it for everybody to see who won. And I think it did really good on social, and it's just a good sharing strategy. So the leaderboard's really successful.
Yeah, this is great. We do have a question in the chat from Greg Menzel. Great question. For the theme nights, how are different t-shirt sizes handled? So let me go back in here and show you actually. So for Margaritaville, they had this shirt, of course, and size is important. Well, Spinzo has the ability to handle all of that. So I'm in the Spinzo backhand right now. We go to the questions feature for Margaritaville. they would have created a question to select one shirt size per ticket. Spinzo has the ability to capture the buyer's shirt size on a per ticket basis. So if they bought 3 tickets, they're not typing in 2 small, 1 medium. They're actually selecting in a structured way in 3 different drop downs the sizes that they wanted. And so what's neat here is you could place them here. And what you can do is put the total number of units available. So if you know you only ordered 450 medium, you could put that in Spinzo here. We won't oversell. Once we get low on inventory, we'll indicate to the buyer only 17 sizes remaining for medium. And so that person would have to buy quickly if they wanted to get a medium. So you have the ability to collect the shirt sizes, but you also have the ability for Spinzo to manage the inventory of those shirt sizes as well. Megan, there's another question about the leaderboard. So I hope that answered your question, Greg. So on the leaderboard, how do you override the leaderboard in there? So I'm going to go to this Calgary Roughnecks one here. So a leaderboard, if you use Spinzo, is basically a question. You can turn any question into a leaderboard. And so you'll see here, they've actually overridden it. So when you create these multiple choice options, there's a field here called amount processed outside of Spinzo. And if you hover over this, it says there's a couple of reasons you might use this, but the first reason is to add units on a leaderboard. So this means that the Axemen, U12, D1, B2, whatever that means, they processed 40 outside of Spinzo. So it's possible that their coach just collected the money and bought all those tickets versus these other teams may have just bought them from the link. So you can go in and enter this field here. So this one had 15 tickets be bought outside of Spinzo. You put that and it will automatically add to the leaderboard there. So I hope that answers your question there. So next up, we have in terms of themes, youth promotions. So youth promotions could be for schools, youth dance clinics, youth sports teams, this kind of thing. So maybe Kara could walk us through this Warriors dance clinic.
Yeah, so under youth promotions, camps and clinics is huge, and the Warriors do a really good job of putting together a dance clinic. So essentially, the ticket includes the ability to come and do a performance at the game, but they do a dance clinic the Sunday before the match. It's from 4 to 8. You get your tickets for the clinic, and then you come back the following week to perform the dance that you learned on the following Wednesday. So it's a really good opportunity to, sell to multiple events for the clinic and bring a large group of people out to watch, all the little ones dance at the game. Even if your team doesn't have a dance team, I know you can work with, a Zumba night and you bring out Zumba instructors and you have, a Zumba session prior to your match. That always does well. Same thing with yoga or any kind of like pre-game activity. Those always do really well. And then same things with camps as well. Any kind of pre-game camp or a 3-day camp, those do really good through our platform.
Yeah, and this actually utilized the similar thing for collecting t-shirt sizes. I just clicked on the back end here. You could ask whatever questions you want, kind of like a form. If you guys are used to using FormStack, you could use that to collect data if you're doing a registration program like a dance clinic, and they were collecting t-shirt sizes as well. They didn't put total units available because maybe they were going to put the order through after people purchased, of course, right? But if you had some time lag there, you may have to put a total. All right, next up for youth, we have school offers. Spinzo handles a ton of school offers. And one of the keys to success is to offer a fundraising ability into the school offer. The Florida Everblades do this very well. In this particular offer, they said $1, only $1 from every ticket was going to United Way, Collier, and the Keys. But they sold over 1,300 tickets for this. So $1,364 was raised. The ticket was $15, but the team would have received 14 because $1 was going to United Way. Important to note that Spinzo handles the entire fundraising for you. In other words, we withhold that money. You tell us on the back end where to send the check or where to do a bank transfer, and we do that automatically for you for no extra cost. So simple offers like these school fundraisers, they work very well. They don't have to be very complicated. This is not some big theme night, just a simple youth school fundraiser. Another youth type of offer, New England Revolution. This one is unique because it's an upgrade offer. So this particular promotion was offered to everyone who already purchased seats for the New England Revolution, and they had the chance to upgrade their seats to better seating zones and have better access. So on Spinzo, you could limit the buyers to past buyers. We have a system called permitted email list. So you can choose to only permit buyers from a previous offer to purchase the upgrade offer. So over 700 people took part in this upgrade. Finally, another kind of youth type offer, East Coast Elite Lacrosse Night. And this promotion, they included fan experience tracking. So this is neat, where you can track how close your group is to unlocking a fan experience. In this case, it was turf time, pregame, the minimum required to achieve, and there's 9 more required in order to unlock the experience. So very easy to invoke fan experience tracking on Spinzo. It lights a fire under the group to get them to hit their minimums. So the next thing we want to talk about is exclusive promotions. And with these, this is, they could be things like Black Friday and whatnot, but they could be exclusive for a particular audience as well. So we'll let Kyra talk through Gold Friday and Saber Monday of the Predators.
Yeah, the Predators do a fun little play on words with the Gold Friday and Saber Monday promotions. But just this idea of flash sales is done really well through our platform, just because of the ease of the buy flow. They've even admitted that, you know, doing it through Spinzo has been a lot neater as the checkout flow goes versus different platforms. And so this one, I think specifically is like a 50% off deal, but they've done 2-for-1s. And they do all kinds of different offers depending on what they're pushing that time. But it's really based on offer timing, and they can turn on the offers on or off however they please, and it's always various discounts. So like I said, the buy flow of this makes it really easy, and these flash sales do really well through Spinzo.
Yeah, they did well. They sold thousands of tickets on the Black Friday weekend for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Here's another exclusive promotion. So NYU Langone. So this is a subsidized offer, which a lot of you may not know you could do on Spinzo. So in this case, you would use your NYU email address to purchase tickets, but you're only purchasing them for $5. You're purchasing New York Jets tickets for $5. But ultimately, what's happening is these are partly subsidized, meaning someone, and I'm not sure who it was in this case, could have been NYU or some other benefactor, was paying the difference. So in the back end of Spinzo, you could charge the buyer $5, but you can tell Spinzo to push $35 into your ticketing system. And then that will essentially create a $30 like accounts receivable in your ticketing system. So then you know how much to collect from NYU or the benefactor. So this is what we call subsidized ticketing offers, you know, where the buyer ultimately pays less, but some other person or the group or the company comes in to kick in the difference there. So $5 ticket's pretty good, increases the uptake there.
This one's a really good one. Yeah, exclusivity is really big for corporate partners, obviously. And so PGA is partnered with MasterCard. And so they did a whole MasterCard promotion where basically MasterCard eats the cost of the fees. So there's no additional service fees to the customer purchasing the tickets. MasterCard is willing to eat the cost just to be the exclusive provider for this tour. And so it has done really, really well. I think Amanda knows the number of tickets maybe that has sold. But it's funny, it's another gated feature. So like kind of like the EDU email, you have to put that in to get access. You have to have a MasterCard. And it's funny how many people would try to go in with like a Visa card and won't be able to buy. So the gating works. And this one has done really well.
Yep.
And it even plays a little jingle, MasterCard jingle.
It does. When you purchase it, plays the MasterCard jingle, which they wanted. But yeah, this we do this for many PGA Tour tournaments. Over half of them, probably almost all of the tournaments, do this MasterCard promotion through Spinzo. We process millions of dollars through it. And again, as Kyra mentioned, MasterCard actually covers the fees. So that's how much a sponsorship like this is worth. If you have a banking partner, it's a no-brainer to go to the banking partner and say, why don't we do an offer like this? It's restricted to your card holders. No one else can purchase, because we have the ability to do that too. It doesn't have to be just Visa or MasterCard or American Express. It could be a specific bank's cards, or it could be a specific type of card at a bank. So we have those capabilities to run exclusives. Another kind of exclusive offer is College Rush. So again, this could be gated by .edu email domain, or maybe from a specific school or 2 or 5 that you want to target. But these work very well. It's like a set it and forget it. A lot of our clients do it, including the Carolina Hurricanes. College Rush, every day, I think around noon, if there are seats available that the Hurricanes want to put out there, they put them on this College Rush link. It's the same link all season long, so it pops up the game, that night's game. And whenever they have seats to sell, they throw them on there. So if I take a look here in the back end, you'll see, and the Hurricanes, I think they've promoted, they've sold out every game this season, this past season. And that's partly with the help of programs like this, because the last mile they can sell through Spinzo. So for example, for this Islanders game, maybe they needed more help. So they pushed 352, they opened up 352 seats for Student Rush, but another game might be 76, and some games are 0. So they just pick and choose what to unlock for College Rush. Another kind of exclusive offer here. I never knew about this, but the Denver Nuggets partnered with this group called Nudgers. It's kind of like the new meetup. You can sign up and receive texts for different meetups, themed meetups in your community. So Nuggets hosted a game for them, discount, great kind of thing for an exclusive audience, Nudge Night. One of the other kind of nights that is often forgotten, it's homeschool nights. So we think a lot about school nights and school districts and PTOs, but homeschoolers are often forgotten. So this is NCHE, I think it's North Carolina's homeschooling something, educators maybe, or so they, the Hornets did a promotion with them targeting homeschoolers. So they felt part of a community. And what's neat about this, they did tiered awards. So in other words, the first 40 kids who bought with these ages got to hold the American flag. The next 30 got a different experience, and 80 got a different experience. So in other words, it was beneficial to buy early. So with Spinzo, they were able to track who bought early, and that's another great best practice. So basically offer tiered incentives. So the earlier you buy, the better. But also homeschoolers, don't forget about them as well. So next up, the next
really
theme.
quickly, Manuel, before you move on,
Yeah.
Megan had another question on how you verify the EDU email. Do you want to walk her through that real quick?
Yep, so very easy on the back end. I'll just open up our back end here for Hornets. We have a thing called the permitted email list in Spinzo, so you can go to permitted email lists. So the Hornets actually do College Rush too. We didn't showcase that. But if we go to their .edu, you'll see here, you could create a list, permitted email list, and you could put .edu. So then everyone who has .edu email address would be entitled to buy. Nurses Appreciation Night, another similar thing. So they went to, it looks to be about 15 different health organizations here. So anyone who had email addresses that end in this were able to buy. So Spinzo has a permitted email list feature. And on that feature, you can make a list just for .edu if you want, or it could be for specific schools. So maybe you only wanted to offer 3 schools. You can then list them right here, the 3 schools with their .edus. So pretty easy to do. And then you simply tag those to the promotions. So the next theme is affiliate links. So Spinzo has this great functionality.
Sorry, Emmanuel, you just cut out there at the last part about adding specific schools.
Oh yeah, so apologies. If you click here to the permitted email list, there's a spot here where you can add email domains in. So this is where you add each school. So you could put like nyu.edu, .edu.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So next up is the affiliate link technology. So this is great. If you're not using it, you definitely should. On any Spinzo offer, you can create an infinite number of inbound links to that same offer. And what we do is we track them separately. So then you'll know who bought from what link, but you could actually style the page differently depending on the inbound link they came in on. So in this particular promotion, this is Colorado Rapids. It was an attendance program where if you had good attendance in the school, you got a special code, unique codes, I think, to you to unlock complimentary tickets, and then you could buy additional tickets. But this was a big campaign and processed hundreds of tickets. But the Rapids wanted to know from what schools people were coming in from. So what the Rapids did was create affiliate links, and the affiliate links enable them to track. So in the back end of Spinzo, you could say, create a different link for each of these schools, give each school their own link, and then you'll know how many came from each school. So you know how to target them for future follow-up. Creating an affiliate link is easy. You could just go here, and I could just say Emmanuel School, done. I have a link. That's how fast it is to create an affiliate link. So we recommend highly that you do that for tracking purposes. So in any group, you can go to this affiliate section here, and it will let you create a number of inbound links to the promotion.
Another great way to use the affiliate links is to track your offers across social platforms. So the Anaheim Ducks actually do a really good job of this. They'll track their offers based on Facebook ads or, a Twitter post or whatever. And Emmanuel will show you here in the back end all the links that they have per social platform. But this is really cool for tracking purposes, obviously, but then also if you have a specific group that you want to give them like 3 affiliate links, for example, and you say you send one through eBlast, you do one on social, and you do one, I don't know, a different way. Then for, the future game, you can say, hey, the one through the eBlast sold, 100 tickets. We should really utilize, that more, or actually that doesn't work very well. That only sold 1 ticket. And it's really good for tracking kind of what promotions perform the best through what channel.
Yeah. So yeah, we could see here on the back end now, you could see the totals by channel. You could see it on a daily basis. You can click on one of them like Facebook ad, and it will show you the blue line is the viewers, the red is the ticket sales. So then you'll know how many people viewed and purchased from each of your affiliate links. There is a question here about, are there any ticket links that promote Kids Club? We do a ton of Kids Club offers. We do it for the Sacramento Kings, for example. Very similar to like a dance clinic registration. You're registering for Kids Club. Spinzo can give you a unique code that then you could use to redeem for future tickets. And you can collect a lot of information from the registrant from Kids Club, like parent information, child information, birth date, age, this kind of thing. So Kids Clubs are very popular on the platform as well. Good question.
Good question. I know we're running a little behind on time, so kind of I'll zoom through these a little bit. So another great way affiliate links is through corporate partner offers like this one. This one's really cool because of our immersive design. You can create a branded offer that looks really good, that will make your partner really happy. And this is obviously one for Duncan. And the more branded it is like this, the more likely the partner is to share it on their social platforms or send it out to all of their employees. And so this is just like another really good way to use those links and really get creative on the branding. Another creative idea, there's mixed opinions on this one, but the Kings actually sell their unsold fan experiences. So they'll look at each game, see which experiences haven't sold yet, and then they're able to update the links accordingly. And so I know there's some exclusivity, of the fan experiences that you kind of want to keep sacred, but this sold over, I think, 100K in revenue. And so it's a huge moneymaker and revenue talks. And so it's a good idea if you have any kind of unsold experiences to kind of just throw them on a Spinzo link and watch them go. And then you can take a link or experience that was sold for 100 tickets and then sell it for 800 tickets, through this process. And you can update it in real time too. So as soon as one gets booked, you can take it out and make it no longer available.
Yeah.
Another good one is flex plans or any kind of mini package through Spinzo. This one is one where they offer 2 tickets to 2 games. And it included the t-shirt, but the selling point for this is that you can actually choose your games later. So it gave the customer the flexibility to not have to commit to any games up front. They sold all these packs in advance, and then they got a unique code to come back later and redeem and choose their games. And I really think that this is kind of just a future of the way flex packs are going to be sold from now on. Nobody really wants to commit to games up front. It kind of handicaps the buying purchase, but if you give them the option to come back later and choose, you'll see ticket sales rise heavily.
The great thing about this is you can launch these off season. right?
Mhm.
You can launch them when you're not in season, you don't have a schedule yet. People commit to a 5-game plan for very cheap, and they get a unique code and link. And once your schedule is up, that lights up, and they could pick their games there. And again, they don't have to do it all at once. They could do it throughout the season. So these are some creative ideas. Finally, we just wanted to say a note on immersive design. A lot of you are using immersive design, but it's a great feature. Because I'm on Zoom, the video might be choppy here, but I promise you it's very smooth when I look at it. You could have background video on promotions. You can change transparencies, opacities, colors. You can reorder things, widgets can, and you could see that on the various Spinzo pages, how things are structured. You can move things around. So I'd really welcome you to explore the immersive design if you hadn't already. And as Kyra explained, like on something like Dunkin', this is great. If you make a promotion like this look fantastic for a company like Dunkin', they will send it out to their subscribers, their customers. This works. We've done it before with Dunkin', actually, with the New York Jets. So placing a lot of effort in immersive design really helps. So we're pretty much done here, but there is a question from Megan. Do they need to contact the rep to redeem or online? No, they don't need to contact the rep. It's fully automated with Spinzo. When they buy the pack, like the voucher pack or the holiday pack, they get an email that has a unique code to them and a link to redeem. Now, if it's the off season, when they go to the link to redeem, it will say, hey, check back when the season goes live. But once that's live, they can go in, enter their code, and it will say you have 8 slots remaining, 8 games remaining, 7 games remaining, 6 remaining. So they just keep using that same code until it's expunged. They can add seats to any game. They could even upgrade seats to a better zone if you set it up that way. So it's all very automated. No need for calls.
Yeah, and that works for any package. I know that I think the Blue Jackets were the ones that did like a Mother's Day and a Father's Day package too, where it wasn't it was a ticket, but plus I think it was a merch credit that they can use for their mom, and that was off season that was sold. And same concept, you can come back later and redeem with the code.
That's right. So we went through a lot of ideas today, very fast. If there's any questions, we're happy to stay on. But thank you all for staying on. Stay tuned in the coming days. In your inbox, we'll send a link for a DoorDash gift card. We appreciate you and your questions. Of course, feel free to reach out to us. hello@spinzo.com if you want. And yeah, if there's no other questions, we'll close it out.
Thanks,
Hey,
everybody.
Emmanuel. I have a quick question, Emmanuel.
Sure, go ahead.
For the immersive design, like you're showing here with Dunkin', is that like a graphic or link that's provided by Dunkin', or how easy is it to like put that on the link?
To put the video, you mean, Ryan?
Right.
Yep. So the video is simply an MP4 file, like just a normal video file that you have to upload. So if I go here to the back end, I would go to Dunkin', and in their branding options, so normally it would be like set to default, but then we just hit customize, and then you could hit upload video, and then you simply find your, get the video. For this, I downloaded it from YouTube. There's third-party tools to download a video from YouTube, but we just did it that way. But otherwise, your partner or group could just send you a video or send you a Dropbox or something of a video file, and you would just upload it here.
Great, thank you.
What's neat is if the video is of certain style, let's say you want to darken the video, you could then apply an overlay to it. So let's say that Dunkin' video, we wanted to lighten it up. I could do that here, apply a white overlay at 65% and save it. And now if I go back to the Dunkin' promotion, and this is a test one, which is why I'm doing it. You'll see now, you may have noticed it's a lot lighter, the video in the background. So you could actually lighten, darken, or provide a color tinge on top of video. And you don't need to be a graphic designer or video editor to do so.
Perfect, thanks.
You're welcome. Anything else, guys? All right, then we'll close that out. Thank you again, everyone, for joining, and stay tuned in your email inboxes for the DoorDash gift card in the coming days.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest
Thanks,
of your day.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.